Hello, Ace Nation! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Crossroads 12 is now etched in the annals of time, and very good show. The crowd wasn't as big as last year's Crossroads, and I think Crossroads 11 was not surpassed by this as great as it was. I definitely want to thank Bill, who drove all the way from Connecticut, for holding a seat for me. But we had a very good night of wrestling action as Ace Pro Wrestling produces. The show started off with the Fight for Flight Championship on the line, as we saw Jesse Vane defeat Concrete Rose, Sonny Kiss, and former Fight for Flight champion Josh Glide to retain the championship. A very good matchup, and all three men basically led out to kick off the show. The next matchup, we saw the King of New York, EC Negro, accompanied to the ring by his King's Court. Negro takes the microphone, and I think he mentioned about Mike Donovan, his original scheduled opponent, was injured, and Negro said that Donald Trump will be elected the next president of the United States. Eventually, Sebastian Cage comes out, and they have a match, during which the referee catches the King's Court interfering, and he pretty much ejected both of those guys from the ring. In the meantime, Brooklyn Outlaw Mike Donovan, Negro's scheduled opponent, comes out and says, hits the ring and hits Negro in the face with one of his crutches. Sebastian Cage hit I think it's called the Phoenix Splash from the top rope to gain the victory. Up next, it was time for the Chance of a Lifetime Rumble, where the winning tag team would get a shot at American Powerhouse later in the show for the Tag Team Championship. The order of entry, first team that came out was Ultimo Maya and Prince Akhenaten. The second team to enter were the Duke Boys. Entering in the third were El Profe Marcus Aviles' Disciples of Fear. Entering fourth was the King's Court, and the fifth final team was the Midnight Sensations. No one was eliminated until all five teams entered the ring. Well, entered the match, I should say. And the elimination goes as follow. The Disciples of Fear were eliminated first. Forgot who was... I don't know if it was... I think King's Court got eliminated second. Maya and Akhenaten third, and it came down to the Dukes and the Sensations, and the Dukes were victorious. Now, I thought the Dukes were going to enter this match last, and they didn't. I wonder what happened there. But the Dukes prevailed to get a tag title shot later on in the show. The next matchup, which was a return match from Anarchy back in August, we saw the Rogue, Anthony Gangone, defeat Cuban crippler Ricky Reyes to win the Diamond Division Championship. Great victory for Gangone, and now holds another championship. At that point, they did go to intermission. During intermission, Cheyenne Ortiz and John Harder enter the ring, and they decided to induct Mike Morgan himself into the Ace Hall of Fame. Cheyenne tells Morgan there's someone who's not here that, wants to congratulate you. And up on the video screen is Jay Lethal, and I forgot what he said in the video, but, great. Morgan called his wife into the ring and, thanked her for having his back over the years. Forgot what else he said. Then up next, it was, after the intermission ended, it was time for the first time ever in Ace Pro Wrestling history, the dog collar match, as the Anthony FNB Ramirez defeated his former tag team partner Jamal Jackson when he hung him over the top rope and was choking him with the chain, and referee Chris Shady Torres saw Jackson wasn't responding and decided to stop the match, and Ramirez surely paid the price en route to the victory as he bled in this one. Then, it was next up we saw American Powerhouse defend the Tag Team Championship against the Duke Boys. And I forgot what happened to Adam Payne in this match, but he inadvertently chokeslammed the referee. And eventually, I forgot what the Dukes did. It's something that Astro, another referee, came out and made the 3 count. And as a result, the Duke Boys are the new tag team champions of Ace Pro Wrestling. Up next in quite the grudge match, the Devil's Outlaw Stockade defeats Vince Steele. Steele got his hand on that kendo stick Stockade brought to the ring, and let's just say he hit one deep to right field with Mr. Mustafa's head before eventually being put down with a DDT by the Devil's Outlaw. Then it was main event time as Good Times Only TJ Marconi defended his championship against Bayonne Badass Danny Moff, Croatian Sensation Mario Bokara, and Crowbar. Very good matchup by all four of these men. Quite an ending as Moff gave Crowbar the burning hammer, and Bokara put Marconi in an armbar, and as Moff got the 3 count on Crowbar, enabling him to become the new and 3-time Ace Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And Marconi got in Moff's face after the match, saying, "Hey, you didn't pin me." And then Moff yelled, "Shut the fuck up!" And I think Bokara wanted a piece of Marconi after the match was over. And it was, quite a contest, and great to see Moff win the title for the 3rd time, and great, definitely a great show overall. Well, time for the personal notes. Again, it was nice sitting with Bill. Great seeing Adolfo, Crystal, John Harder, man. I can't believe you gave me kudos for my recent edition of Ringside View. Cheyenne Ortiz. Are you satisfied like Richard Marx? Okay, right before the main event, they raffled off a package from General Nutrition Centers, GNC. I'm surprised they never... have you ever thought of maybe raffling off like maybe DVDs or a free ticket for the next show? I mean, raffle off something else. It's one thing to get a GNC nutrition package. Also, once again, the great food at Ace Pro Wrestling. And I mean, that's another reason I'm trying to get more people to come out to the shows. And not just to come see a great product, but also have some damn good food. And by intermission, I was starving. That food doesn't fill me up as great as it is. A lot of pretty women in the crowd, and I wonder if the crowd's going to maintain its size when Worlds Collide rolls around on Saturday night, December 3rd. I'd like to see our newly crowned heavyweight champion Danny Moff go one-on-one against TJ Marconi. Newly crowned Diamond Division champion Anthony Gangone going one-on-one with Ricky Reyes. The Duke boys defend the tag belts against American Powerhouse. Also like to see... Well, I'd like to see Stockade one-on-one with Anthony Ramirez. I mean, I think those two guys, it's inevitable for those two guys to go at it. I mean, two hard hitters in that one. Il Catachillo, I may have mispronounced that, at the corner of Locust and Patterson Avenues, which is right by the Wallington-Rutherford border. They got some good food. I went there after the show. Now it's time for the memorable quotes. I felt that one. The young lady sitting near me during the match between Sebastian Cage and EC Negro. Stop clapping, Lottie. Aiden of the Duke Boys when he came out for the... They came out for the Chance of a Lifetime Rumble. Make sure you mention this. Anthony Gangone after winning the Diamond Division title. You're scaring children! A young lady sitting near me during the dog collar match. Make sure you give me a shout out, Robert! Cheyenne Ortiz as I was heading out the door. Again, Cheyenne, are you satisfied like Richard Marx? I mentioned the food earlier. I'm surprised there's no empanadas combo. And I'm guessing now there's like more empanada flavor, different kinds of empanadas being sold at the shows. Uh, but yeah, it was definitely. Well, one thing I don't have it on me right now, but they gave out, I guess, little programs as the people were coming in. I don't know if they'll be done for every show, but I guess you could say it's a quick heads up for anybody out there. As mentioned earlier, they return with Worlds Collide Saturday night, December 3rd. Well, believe it or not, here are some show dates already announced for the year 2017. All of these shows are Saturday nights. January 7th, February 4th, March 4th, April 8th, May 13th, and June 3rd. Oh boy. Definitely a great night of Ace Pro Wrestling action, and I can't wait for Worlds Collide on Saturday night, December 3rd. Interesting to see where they go, where the company goes from here, and hopefully the fans, if they saw Ace for the first time at Crossroads, hopefully they'll get more people to come on out. I wonder if those kids with the football jerseys, I wonder if they're, I first saw them at Collision Course back in September. I wonder if any of them are like spreading the word or trying to get more people to come. But it was definitely quite a wild night, quite a wild ride, as only Ace Pro Wrestling puts on at Crossroads every year.